Why, hello everybody. So, welcome to another level up, and today we'll be talking about limited information in war games. So, we're going to use 1775 as an example because this just recently happened to me, and I thought of this solution to help mitigate the issue. What happened basically is not a new idea that I came up with. It comes from Command Colors, Memoir 44, and all, but this is just to help if you have not played these games before, to explain to you how I would implement this in games like 1775 and some other games. Um, First, let me give you the story and the background of it. What happened is that I like 1775 a lot as a two-player game, but I tried it finally at first 4 players, and I didn't mind it. But in the second game especially, I found actually not the problem of the one person basically taking over the whole team. What I've had the problem was 2 people who were controlling the basically the American side. The 2 of them were too nice to each other, so basically their turns took forever because they could not agree to what to do, because they were all like, example, I'll give you example. Like, here's the example. They will go something like this, like, oh, I think you should take the troops here and get the Native Americans here, but also you might want to push 2 continentals to over here to block the enemy army here. What do you think? Then, oh, I think you should instead focus both armies up to attack this army, as this is the strongest army. But the Native American idea was really a good idea, so what do you think? And this kept going back and forth, and literally their turns took so long because strangely they were so nice that they could not they kept asking each other the same thing, but neither one of them wanted to make a decision, and it got really tiring by the end. And the worst part, you couldn't really blame them because they were just trying to be nice. So what I would implement, and it keeps with the theme of the game, is like last time in the Revolutionary War, they basically had to send horse riders and letters. So basically, what a commander had to do was literally read one letter and try to go on the mission, the information that they had on that. So if it was me, I would implement something like, if you are the militia player and you drew the militia player's turn, the continental player could send a letter and tell you basically example like that. General, I imagine that the Native Americans are a threat, and it will be easy to gain their alliance, so I would prefer if you send some troops to take care of them, and maybe have an army to make sure you can still hold out against those in Albany. And in this time, the militia player is not allowed to interrupt because he's reading a letter, and also he can only ask the question on different parts of the letter. Example, what did you say about the Native Americans? I allow this so that the person doesn't have to keep repeating the whole message. But so it's like the Memoir 44 thing in the multiplayer thing, where you have limited information you can talk to, and not perfect information, like a letter basically. So it takes that Memoir 44 idea and just tweaks it a bit, where instead you can talk to only one player in the Memoir 44 one. Here you can only say a certain amount of things, and then once you say you're done, you can't add any more stuff. You can't discuss strategies in a way like full information, so you're really always working. And as the turn goes on, when the person does things like move it, and or when he rolls a let's say a command, all right, he rolls a command and you do this. In the normal game you could say, whoa, don't do that, but in the rules that I have, at least these house rules, you are not allowed to make any choices. You're not allowed to give a hint that you disagree or whatever. You must allow the person to do their full turn by himself, and I feel that really adds to the tension. Like many times Washington had the problem of his commanders not listening to him and doing things that contrary to what he believed is the better course of action. So basically that's it. I feel that this would really help a 4-player game. If not, you always have the issue of basically, if you have one person overtaking, and also this mitigates the person who takes over the other player, who it's domineering, because he can't affect that person, so he can only say what he thinks that person should do, but he cannot after that affect the turn, because he's not allowed to give a hint that he doesn't agree with that this troop should move here and such like that. So it actually goes both ways. It helps with the domineering player, and it also helps with the non-domineering player that's way too nice. So just thought I'll share that with you, and thank you very much. Till next word, and happy 2014. Cheers.